So when you carry some of your classes, I'd be curious, what's the response that you get with different, real estate agents and mortgage professionals the first time they attend one of your classes? Is it like total surprise, like you've just opened their brain to a new world? Is it, oh man, you just helped me kind of figure out how to move to the next level? What's been your experience about that, the kind of initial exposure to it that you've been able to provide to people?
I would say it's like a mind blown situation. Like they're just like, oh my gosh. Some people get really overwhelmed with it. And there's a good chunk of people who won't do anything about it, right? They'll just kind of just keep coasting the way that they are coasting, but they're missing on a lot of opportunity. And I would say majority of people are their minds are blown, but they're so thankful for it. And to at least be in the know of this is what's going to need to happen, whether they do something about it or not. They feel like, okay, like I'm working towards this, but it can be very overwhelming. Like there's a lot happening really, really fast. Mm-hmm. And in my classes, what I try to do is I break it down into bits and pieces to where we're doing a lot together. And so it's kind of like they could follow along. Like with my Google business profile page, I require them to bring in their laptops with them and we walk through every step together. So they're doing it in real time.
Yep.
And so that class is very, very helpful because they've accomplished something by the end of that. With the generative engine optimization class, they have to take the information and work towards it, because it's not something you can just do right then and there. It's kind of like you have to work towards it, because there are a lot of different avenues that they have to go on. Like one, building a Reddit profile or a Quora profile or a LinkedIn one if they don't have it. Instagram is another, Zillow or Realtor.com. Like all those things are important to have your profiles across the board exactly the same. So in the GEO class, it's the foundations, the things that you need. These are the most impactful things that you could do now. Of course, there's a lot of other factors that will go play in the more that you could do, and other different like social medias and everything, but these are the ones that are the most impactful. Let's just focus on the basics first.
Yep.
And get started there. So it's not so overwhelming. It's a little more easy to digest.
That's awesome. You've really clearly mastered one of the most important things, I think, for teaching in general, right? Is creating an environment where you can do some of the new things for people helps to create an environment that I'm seeing the benefits, right? The results. The sooner I can immediately be like proven why I should be interested in this, because you've already done it and given me a return, and then help, sitting and doing with people so they don't get stuck or frustrated or, is a huge way to get over the hump. And then having people leave with a very clear set of do X, Y, and Z and knowing the return. I think that is that's the foundation of being a great teacher. And,
thank you.
Implementing something that will move the needle for people. So I love hearing the way you break that down.
Yeah. And, I would love to eventually maybe do something more hands-on for each of the different platforms too. But really, like once you kind of do one, they're all kind of the same, right? Like you said, like the Reddit page and Quora, very similar. And then in the GEO class, I show you how you can search up topics that are local, like people asking questions locally, and then how you answer them too. And you have to try to answer them with keywords, because SEO, right? It all plays together. Even though we're saying Google is more search engine optimization, GEO still uses the search engine, what you're doing on the search engine optimization too. Mm-hmm. So your website matters, your blog posts matter too. But how do you break that down to where it's simplified? Because otherwise, like just talking about it is overwhelming. I'm like, I'm exhausted. That's a lot of things to do, right? Well, we use the ChatGPT and anyone you want to pick. You could pick anyone you want, like Rexley, Claude, Grok, or whatever you want to do. Help you write these questions and answers. Just answer them.
That's
just
right.
do it, and then you could take those same topics that you're finding from Reddit. What are the questions people are asking? You answer them, and then you strategically turn that into a blog post, a LinkedIn article, all through ChatGPT. We're just changing the format to match that. So especially if you're answering really burning questions that a lot of people are asking, that's picked up even more so in GEO. So if you're the more you're answering that same question over and over again on different platforms is actually beneficial. So don't try to overcomplicate it by answering a whole bunch of different questions. Repurpose the ones that stand out the most, slightly rewrite it, have ChatGPT do that, change the format through ChatGPT, and just post it. So you're really only spending, I mean, you could do it once a week if you wanted to for like maybe an hour or 15 minutes a day, right? But it's making it simple to do. Don't overcomplicate them either.
Wow.
Simplification for a salesperson. Your job is selling. Your job is relationships. And this is I think that's what happens with people. I think there's such an overwhelming amount of information that you have to consume. The motivation to do it, the reason that people should invest the time to understand it is so that you're able to, one, figure out ways to use the technology to take care of it for you, but also so you're educated enough to understand whether you're paying someone or a resource to actually benefit your business. I think SEO management and a lot of the different aspects of marketing over the years, I don't think the actual spend that people put into it and the understanding of, well, what am I getting? Is it actually helping my business? Has, had any greater chance to go from being disconnected to connected with what's currently going on in the environment. I know what I'm spending my money on. I know what it does for me in my sales, in my brand, in my lead generation. So I know that I'm actually going to have a measurable ROI versus just spending thousands of dollars on marketing.